Okay. So, Dungeons and Dragons has unleashed the new Unearthed Arcana. It's a new subclass. And of course, it uses the new player's handbook. And it's called the Psion. Oh, it's an artificer. Oh, no, no, it's just a brand new class altogether. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so the last official class they released was called the Artificer. Now we have the Psion. It has four subclasses, provides a unique identities for a Psion character: Metamorph, Psywarper, Psykinetic, and Telepath. Hmm. Collections of spells, both familiar and new, enhanced spell talents. Collection of feats that provide a character with a way to tap into psionic powers, backgrounds representing their connection to the wild talents to be included with these feats for a future book if they become official. Okay. Cool. So a Scion, a master of psionic power. Scions weave magic and extraordinary powers through the power. Wow, of their minds. They develop their minds as fonts of power. Jesus Christ, how much power? How many times can you mention power in like fucking okay? Manifest spells and grow stronger over the course of their dimension careers. You can find everything you need to play one of these fantastic powerhouses in sections. So spell cost is using defendable extraordinary abilities such as new minds, the magic from psionics. It trace history back to the bennies of first edition player handbooks. Appeared in the complete Science Handbook 1991. Take member from D&D of all the magic systems rules, dovetail other. Okay, let's say warrior and the aberrant sources. What about the fucking soul knife? Pretty much the same. All right, so oh, it's another intelligence class. Okay, only a D6. Okay, intelligence and wisdom proficiency. Wait, isn't that pretty much the same as the wizard? Hold on. Let me just compare this shite. But yeah, D6. So hold on. Let's see what's here. Yeah, saving throw proficiencies, intelligence, and wisdom. Yeah. For primary D6 hit die proficiencies: Arcana, Insight, Intimidation, Investigation, Medicine, Perception, Persuasion. Okay, it's a little different from the wizard's skill choices, but still. Simple weapons, which also the wizard gets. Sure. Okay. No armor training. So A is spear. Spear simple. I'm pretty sure spear is a martial weapon. Two light crossbow, bolts, cage in your back, or 50 GP to start. Okay, becoming a Scion. As a level 1 character, gain all the traits in the Scion traits table. Gain Scion's first level features, which are listed in the Scion's here, multi-class. Okay, like that. So they are a full caster. Okay. So level 1 is full casting, access general magic using two Scion cantrips from your choice. Minor illusion, telekinetic fling are recommended. So telekinetic fling, I'm assuming, is a new cantrip, I think, or it's a cantrip they've added in this one. When you assign replace one of the cantrip, up. Cool. When you reach size level 10 and 14, you learn another Scion cantrip of your choice. Yep, that's fine. Scion feature tables shows how many spell slots you have. Level 1 plus levels, you can read all this. Okay. A list of level 1 spells that are available for you. Fast. Okay, so looking at the table, spell casting power, subtle telekinesis, D6. Wait, what? Oh, you have energy. Oh, okay. So we have a resource, which I'm assuming that what psionic power is. You get 4 dice and scales up to 12, and it also becomes a D12. 2 cantrips and 4 prepared spells to start. Okay. Choose 4 first level psionic powers: Charm Person, Command, Discerning Whispers, and Mage Armor. Oh wow, they get Command and Discerning Whispers. Discerning Whisper used to be a Bard only spell, so that's pretty good. Or maybe certain subclasses could get it. Don't quote me on that, but neat. That's fine. Okay, so at second level, I get to add one spell. So it's one spell per level. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 16, ooh, 17, 17, 18, 18. Okay, so at 16th, I mean, when you hit 11th level, you don't get a new spell. Wait, what? What spell list? Whenever that number increases, choose a number of additional spells. Okay, so you can choose any number of spells as long as they still. So then from level 11 to 13, I get no new spells. Then 13 to 18, I get no new spells. Only 18 level. Only at 15 do I get a new spell. In this case, 13. So it's every second level after that. I don't understand this prepared spells progression. I genuinely do not. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So if you're a level 3 Scion, your spells can do 6 Scion spells of levels 1 and 2 in any combination. Right. And you have 4 first levels and normal for everybody. I mean, full spellcasters. Whenever you gain a Scion level, you can replace one spell of your list with another Scion spell of eligible level. Fine. Into your spellcasting modifier. Okay, so level 1 feature, Psionic Power. You harbor a wellspring of psionic energy within yourself. The energy is represented by a psionic energy die. Your Psion level determines the die size, the number of psionic die you have as shown in the energy die and number of dice columns. Okay. Energy die are used to enhance or fuel certain psionic features. When you start with 2 such features, Telekinetic Propel and Telepathic Connection. Detail below, some of the problems. Okay, so spell save DC is of course, yeah. Okay, cool. Telekinetic Propel. As a bonus action, you can choose one large or small creature other than you that you can see within 30 feet of yourself, and then roll 1 psionic energy die. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed or pulled, your choice, up to a number of feet straight away from yourself equals to 5 times the number rolled. Right, so you move them 30 feet away. You roll a 6. The die is expended only if the target fails the saving throw. Oh, okay. You have telepathy with a range of 5 feet. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 energy die and roll it for a number of minutes equal to your Psion level. Okay. So we by default have a range of a telepathy of 5 feet. So if I'm holding somebody, I can talk to them normally. Right? So I can go for if I roll d6 for 6 minutes, I can be telepathic. Oh, sorry. Wait, what? Number of minutes equal to Psion level. So at level 1, it's a minute. Right. And if I roll a 6, so 60 feet, I have telepathy. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? I'm telepathic. Great. What does that do for me? Do I gain the feature telepathic, or do I have access to what do you call it? Do I have access to detect thoughts? Like what does that mean? There's a distinct lack of information here. Yo, fuck. All right. The other feature, your final level 1 feature, subtle telekinesis. You know the mage hand cantrip, you can cast it without somatic components, and you can make the spectral hand visible when you cast it. It's not worth a feature. This should be part of this. Ugh. Get it. Psionic Discipline, level 2. You learn further psionic techniques that are fueled by psionic energy die. You gain 2 disciplines of your choice, such as expanded awareness and aid insinuation. Disciples are described in the psionic discipline option. Disciplines are described psionic discipline option section later in the section. The back. You can only use one discipline with each turn and only once per turn unless otherwise noted in one of those options. Whenever you gain a psion level, you can replace one of your psionic discipline options with one you don't know. Gain 2 more at 10 and then 2 more at 70. Okay, second level feature, psionic modes. You have honed your psionic powers to act both as a shield and a weapon in battle. As a bonus action, you can choose one of the following modes, granting you certain benefits for 1 minute or until you use it again. Attack mode, defense mode. Okay. Attack mode. Damage from your weapon attacks, psion spells, and psion features ignore resistance to psychic damage. Oh, okay. In addition, when you roll damage for a spell, you can expend 1 psionic energy die to re-roll a number of damage die up to your intelligence modifier. Again, I have to look at the spell list for this one. Well, essentially, let's say there's a spell that does 5d6 damage. I can use I can expend 1 psionic die and reroll up to 5 of those dice again for more damage. So basically, this is like empowered spell for the sorcerer. Yeah, it's basically empowered meta magic. Okay, defense mode. You have resistance to psychic damage. In addition, when you fail an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throw, you can take a reaction to expend 1 psionic energy die, roll the psionic energy die, and add the number rolled to the saving throw. You gain this feature twice and regain all expended uses for long rest. I don't know. I guess it'll depend on the subclass that you choose, I suppose. Where these will become more in handy, like it'll make more sense. Plus, if I see the spells that they have access to, also then it'll also make more sense for me to figure out which mode might be a little bit more viable. But okay. So you can change your psionic mode twice for long rest. As an action to do so. What is action to do so? Okay. Right. And then level 3, you get a subclass. You can see the Metamorph, Psywarper, Psykinetic, and Telepath. We'll get to those in a bit. Of course, ASI at 4, 8, and 12, and 16. Psionic Restoration. When you finish, level 5, sorry, feature. Psionic Restoration. When you finish a short rest, you can regain expended number of energy dice, but no more than a number equal to half of your number of dice. Okay. So, wait. So at level 5, you have how many die? You have 6. So if I, let's say I've expended 4 dice. So if I expended 4 dice, I have 2 dice left. I can then regain 3 dice. So I have 5 dice. Okay. I guess. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Psionic Surge. When you roll initiative, you'd expend 1 of your hit point. Regain 1 expended. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so when you roll initiative, you can expend 1 use. You expend 1 hit die. And you regain the uses of your psionic modes. In addition, after you roll 1 or more psionic die, you can expend 1 of your hit point die to treat any roll of 1, 2, or 3 on those psionic die as 4. So that's great at early levels. Not so much at higher levels. Because let's see, at level 7, what is your psionic die at? Is that a D8? It's half, but then what happens when we get to level 11? Because immediately it jumps from 7 to 19. I'm assuming there's a bunch of stuff that's going to show up in the middle of all of that. Right? ASI, discipline, ASI is up lots of, yeah, it's, I don't know. But okay. I mean, I got a D12. I mean, again, so okay, here's the thing. The bigger the die become, the more variance there is. Right? Like on a D6, it's harder to roll a 1. But on a D12, it's easier to roll a 1. So it's a lot more variance. And just getting a base 4 at the expense of hit die. That is a little sketch, mainly because you have a D6 hit die. So you already have a low health pool. If you're going to be taking damage, and I'm assuming you're going to get hit a lot, considering the new monsters in the current monster manual, do I want to lose hit die? It's a thing. Okay. Level 19, you get an epic boon. Level 20, enkindled life force. Once per turn, when you expend 1 psionic energy die and roll it for a psion feature or a psionic discipline, you can expend 2 of your hit point dice to roll 2 additional psionic die and add the numbers together. I guess there's a choice that you can do, right? Because at level 20, you got D12s. You could potentially roll 3 1s, which don't feel good. I don't know. I'm not sold on this so far. All right, psionic discipline options. They're in alphabetical order. What does that mean? We'll get to that. So you have discipline options. You have, okay, so let's look at these names. Biofeedback, destructive thoughts, devilish tongue, ego whip, expanded awareness, id insinuation, inerrant aim, psionic backlash, psionic guard, swift precognition, and tactical mind. So they said begin disciplines at 10 and 17, right? So a maximum of 6 disciplines you can have access to. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 disciplines. Okay. So biofeedback. When you cast a spell from the necromancer transmutation school, you can spend 1 psionic energy die and roll it. You get a number of temporary hit points equal to the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier. That's scary. Wait, hold on. Technically scales towards the late game, but then you can also keep rolling 1s, which might happen. Again, it's still like if you got 5 intelligence, you're getting a minimum of 6 temporary hit points, so it's not too bad. Although at higher levels, what the fuck is 6 temporary hit points? Destructive thoughts. When you cast a psion spell from the Conjuration Revocation School, and a creature you can see succeeds on a saving throw against a spell, you can expend 1 psionic energy die and roll it. The creature takes psychic damage equal to the number of roll plus your intelligence modifier. So again, minimum of 6 points of damage. I don't know if that is good. I don't know if that's good. I mean, it's free damage, but at the same time, you are expending a roll of your die. Yeah. Devilish Tongue. When you take the influence action, you can expend one die. Okay, so I'm guessing wow, they call it influence actions now. So you've got intimidation, persuasion, deception. Yeah, it's just those 3, right? And maybe performance, the charisma-based stuff. which uses charisma, and we do intelligence. So we're probably going to dump charisma. So useless? Yeah. Ego Whip. When a creature provokes an opportunity attack from you by leaving your reach, you can take a reaction to roll one psionic die and force the creature to make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target's speed is reduced by 10 feet and subtracts the number rolled the next damage roll it makes before the end of its next turn. The damage roll. If it doesn't hit that... Wait, what? Oh, it's next turn. Huh. But why would it provoke an opportunity attack? It's you're weak. It's going to beat your ass. What's going to end up happening is you are going to try and get away from that person because you are no good in melee, unless of course there is a subclass that allows you to be good in melee. But that's terrible. Like, genuinely, it's not very good. Because it's not very often that spellcasters incur opportunity attacks. Expanded awareness. When you take the search action, you can expend one psionic energy die, roll it, and add the number of roll to the ability check. So, perception, I guess investigation and survival in this case. Which I didn't even know they broke these up into different action kind of things. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Aid insinuation. When you cast a silence spell from the enchantment or illusion school that forces the creature to make a saving throw, you can expend 2 psionic energy die and roll 1 psionic energy die. One target of the spell you can see subtracts the number rolled from its saving throw against the spell. Oh, it's cutting words? It's not a reaction though. So it is essentially cutting words, but I've got to expend 2 uses and roll 1. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's just guaranteeing a spell takes effect. Okay. Inerrant aim. When you make an attack roll against a creature and you miss, you can roll 1 psionic energy die and add the number to the rolled attack roll. Okay. Makes you more likely to hit something. Right. Immediately after creature, you can see it hits you with an attack roll. You can take a reaction to spend 1 energy die, roll 2 energy die, and subtract the number rolled on each die from the total. In addition, you can force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes psychic damage equal to the number roll. Okay, that's a little better. So if it, let's say it does hit me, I can go reaction, roll 2 die. So let's say I'm level, fuck it, we're level 5. So we have what, d6 or d8? Level 5. The d8s. So I roll 2 d8s. Let's say I roll 8s for some reason. And it's 16, so I get to minus 16 from their attack roll. Not bad. And you can make a wisdom saving throw. And in that case, they take 16 points of psionic, like psychic damage. I like it. This is good. This is good. I like that. Psionic Guard. At the start of your turn, you can expend 1 energy die. Until the start of your next turn, you have immunity to the charm and frightened condition, an advantage on intelligence saving throws. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, psionic disciplines can only be used once per turn, unless, like it says here, you can use another one. That's not bad actually. Okay, this is cool. I like this. So far, only these two I'm totally down with. Swift precognition. When you cast a Psion spell from the Abjuration or Divination School with the casting time of an action, you can expend a number of psionic energy die to change the casting time to a bonus action for the casting. So basically, quicken spell. Yes, quicken spell is what that is. Quicken spell meta magic. Ay, muy. No bueno. I mean, it's fine. It gives a intelligence-based class access to meta magic. But you want to get this at higher levels. Maybe. Tactical Mind. When you take the study action, you can expend one energy die and add it to the roll. Okay. Alright, spell list. Cantrips. Draconic Fling. Oh yeah, so it is a new cantrip. It's in this UA, so we can find it later. Another friendship. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Really? Animal Messenger? Okay. Bless the name of common emotions, card of manage, detect thoughts and notes. This is a lot like the Bard spell list, actually. Yeah, this is a lot like the Bard spell list. Another killer polymorph, psychic lance, collaboration. Animate objects, awaken, connect the plane, dummy person, dream, gas, gas, whatever. Full monster legend lore, mislead, modify memory, telepathic bond, scrying, seeming, synaptic static. Yeah, this is just, dude, this is basically the fucking Bard spell list. Blade Barrier, Disintegrate, Serial Force Cage, Mirage Arcane, Forward Fortify, Teleport, Antipathy, Sympathy, Befuddlement, Glibness, Maze, yeah. Protection, Foresight, Power would heal, Power would kill, Psychic Scream, Shape Change, Time Stop. That's kind of disappointing. Like, why does the Scion need access to animate dead? I don't understand. Whatever. Alright, let's get to the subclasses. Starting off with a Metamorph. Physically sculpt life and flesh. Your own flesh becomes like clay to you. You can mold space there. Turn in the perfect vessel for your psionic power. Experience in manipulating your life energy also enables you to adjust the life force of friends and foes alike. Okay. So you get these spells level 3. You get Alter Self, Cure Wounds, Inflict Wounds, Lesser Restoration. Cool. Fifth level Aura Vitality and Haste. Okay. Level 7 Polymorph. You should get that. Storm Skin also makes sense. 9 is Contagion and Mass Cure Wounds. I don't know about Contagion though. Okay. Organic Weapons. You can shape your limbs into weapons. Whenever you take the attack action or make an opportunity attack, you can reform your free hand into one of the following organic weapons: Bone Blade, Flesh Maul, or Visceral Launch. Huh? Viscera Launcher? What Viscera are we launching? But okay, whenever you attack This weapon, you can use intelligence modifier for the attack and damage rolls instead of using strength or dexterity. And you can cause weapon to deal psychic damage or its normal damage type up to you. Okay, that's kind of nice. So bone blade. A blade made of bone springs from your forearm or extends from your hand. The blade counts as a simple melee weapon, the finesse property, and it deals 1d8 piercing damage on a hit. You have advantage on the attack roll you make with the blade if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet of the target and the ally doesn't have the incapacity condition. So you could basically be a soul knife with this. And gain sneak attack. But that's basically the same. I mean, they have to be within 5 feet of you, of course, yeah. So you have to do it like again, it's melee, obviously. You get sneak attack that way. I don't know. Okay, 1d8 though. Okay. Flesh maul. Your fist and forearm coalesce into a hardened mass of flesh and bone. The maul counts as a simple melee weapon, and it deals 1d8 bludgeoning damage on a hit. A creature hit by the maul has disadvantage of the next strength or constitution saving throw it makes first turn. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's disgusting. Your hand and forearm transform into a crossbow made of muscle and sinew that fires bolts of bile. Ugh. Of course, it deals acid damage, 30 feet to 90 feet. Okay. Once on each of your turns where you hit a creature with attack roll using the launcher, you can deal an extra 1d6 acid damage. So hits them for 1d6 and you can increase it, you can double that, you can just make it double, so you get 2d6 worth of acid damage. Alright. Level 3, extend limbs. Bonus action, you can spend 1 energy die. For next minute, you gain the following benefits. Our reach is increased by 5. Our speed increases by 5. When you cast a spell that has a range of touch and casting time of an action, you can make the spell's range 10 feet. Okay. Level 6. You can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. In addition, you can cast one of your Psion cantrip that has a casting time of an action in place of one of these attacks. I don't get Booming Blade or Green Flame Blade. What cantrip would I want to put in here? Oh, oops. Oops, went way too far. Right. Yeah. So they're trying to... Why did... It's basically trying to be like the Blade Singer, but not exactly. Like, not as good as the Blade Singer. Whatever. Quicken healing. When you cast Cure Wounds, you can spend 2 energy die to change the casting time to a bonus action for the casting. When you do, you can roll 1 psionic energy die and add the number rolled to the total amount of hit points stored. Okay. Level 10 mutable form. When you use extend limbs, the duration increases to 10 minutes and you gain one of the following benefits of your choice. The effect which lasts until the extended limb ends. The extended limb lasts for a minute, and this case becomes 10 minutes. For 10 minutes long, you have this. Stony epidermis. You have advantage on constitution saving throws to maintain concentration. In addition, you can choose one of the following damage types: acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, lightning, piercing, poison, slashing, or thunder. Gain resistance to the chosen damage type. Okay. Superior Stride. While you aren't wearing armor, you can take the dash action as a bonus action and have a climb speed and swim speed equal to your speed. Okay. Natural flexibility. You gain a +2 bonus to your AC and your body along with... Oh, sorry. You get +2 AC. You get bonus to AC. Okay. And your body along with any equipment you're wearing or carrying becomes pliable. Hmm. So you turn into Plastic Man, basically. And you can escape from non-magical restraints and it will end the grapple condition. Okay. Okay. Life-bending weapons. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with your organic weapon, you can expend one energy die. Roll it. Each creature of your choice in a 10-foot emanation originating from you regains hit points equal to the number rolled plus your intelligence modifier. Just one creature of your choice in the area takes necrotic damage equal to the number rolled. This is such a confused class. Because at level 3 when you get your thing, you have level 2 spells. So what do we have? I guess you can use mirror image in conjunction with mage armor. Then you want a good dex to make mage armor make sense. Okay. I'm not sold on this. It's trying to be like a blade singer, but a blade singer is good because they can use their magics to protect themselves. So when you start your blade song, you gain AC equal to your intelligence modifier, and that is on top of your mage armor. So you're harder to hit. In this case, it's not really that good. I'm not sold on the. I mean, some of the things that this is kind of cool. I like that. This is also kind of neat. This is absolutely disgusting. This is fun. This is mediocre, honestly. Alright, Psi Warper. Warp space with the power of your mind. Psi Warpers tune their psionic powers to manipulate the space between objects capable of teleporting across battlefield and creating vacuums in space. A Psi Warrior is never one place for too long. Okay? Psi Warper, sorry. Your spells: Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Misty Step, and Shatter. Okay, you get Blink and Haste, Banishment of Dimension Door, Steel Wind Strike, and Teleportation Circle. Like this would have been for this, personally. Teleportation. You can cast Misty Step without expending the spell slot. You must finish a long rest before you can cast it away the scan. Also restore your use of expending one psionic energy hit die. Okay. We get a free Misty Step once for long rest. Warp Propel. When a target fails a saving throw against your telekinetic propel, instead of pushing it, you can teleport a target to an occupied space you can see within 30 feet of you. Technically, a cliff. I can technically see. I can drop you off a cliff. That's not bad. That's not bad. This is mediocre. Level 6 Warp Space. When you cast Shatter, you can expend one energy die to modify the spell so the radius of the sphere becomes 20 feet. Wasn't Shatter a cube? Oh no, it's a sphere. Oh, okay. Okay. 20-foot sphere. In addition, creatures that fail the saving throw against the spell are pulled straight towards the center of the sphere. Oh. Okay. So it's almost like a right. So what do they call it again? Warp space. It's almost like a black hole. Like gather them all up. 20-foot radius. That's not bad. That's a cool feature. Okay. Teleporter combat. Immediately after you cast Misty Step, you can cast one of your Psion cantrips as casting of an action as part of the bonus. Oh, okay. So the moment you Misty Step away, as part of the same bonus action, you can cast a can. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's interesting. Duplicitous target. When a creature you can see makes an attack roll against you, you can take a reaction to expend 1 energy die and choose a willing creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself that doesn't have an classic condition. You and the willing creatures teleport, swapping places with each other, and the creature then becomes a target of the attack. Someone else has this. What subclass has something like this or something like this? This is this the Saiyan, like the not Sai Warrior? What's it called? Ah, the Echo Knight has this, right? I think the Echo Knight has it. And level 14, Master Teleportation. As a magic action, you can spend 4 psionic energy die and choose huge or smaller creatures within 30 feet of yourself up to a number of creatures equal to your intelligence modifier. Each creature, the chosen creature, is teleported to an occupied space you can see within 100 feet of you. Oh, okay. So if I have a fly speed, I can fly off a cliff and then just teleport a bunch of people to me. And they're just in the air for a second and then they fall to their deaths. Not a bad option. Okay, the Psy Warper is a lot more interesting. This is just not good. This is nice. I like this. This is kind of cool. You're using psionics to do things, which I'm totally down with. All right, Psykinetic. Mold psionic force for creation and destruction. Okay. Your spells are Cloud of Daggers, Levitate, Shield. Okay. Why at level 3? It's a wait. Is Shield not on our spell list? Oh shit! They don't get Shield. Oh, okay. Slow. Yep. Telekinetic Crush. That's a new spell, I guess. Auto Electricity and Sphere, Stone Shape, Telekinesis, Wall of Force. Okay. Telekinetic techniques. When you use your telekinetic propel, you can impose one of the following effects on the target. Boost. Target speed is increased by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Disorient. Target can't make opportunity attacks until the next turn. Okay. Bolt. If the target fails in a saving throw, it takes force damage number equal to the down. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. So it's always two such features, yeah. So propel and path. Okay. I think I'm on board so far. Okay, then empowered attack mode. While your attack mode is active, you gain a flight speed of 60 feet. I can hover. When you cast a silent spell, you can add intelligence modifier to one damage roll of that spell. Huh? Okay. The spells just hit harder. Okay. Not bad. Rebounding field. When you cast shield in response to being hit by an attack roll, causing the triggering attack to miss, you can expend 1 die to launch the force back at the attacker. The attacker makes a dexterity saving throw, roll 2 psionic energy die. On a failed save, the attacker takes force damage equal to the amount rolled, and you gain. Ooh! Okay. Potentially 24 points of damage. Okay. Not bad. Cool. This is cool. I like this. Enhanced Telekinetic Crush. When you cast Telekinetic Crush, you can expend 1 psionic energy die to modify the spell so that whether the creature fails or succeeds in the saving throw, it's a spell, its speed is halved until the start of your next turn. Okay. Cool. Heightened Telekinesis. When you cast Telekinesis, you can spend 4 psionic energy die to modify the spell so that it doesn't require concentration. Okay. 4 though. If you do so, the spell's duration becomes a minute for that casting, and you can target Gargantuan. Oh. Okay, I'm on board with 2 of them so far. Warper and the Psykinetic. Okay. Cool. Morpher is garbage. This, I'm down. I like this. Telepath. Master tactics in the landscape of the mind. So telepath spells. Bane, Command, Detect Thoughts, Mind Spike. Okay. Counterspell, speak with plants. Really? No speak with animals? Plants? Alright. Compulsion, confusion, sure. Awaken, modify. I don't know about awaken. But okay. And modify memory. Okay. Mind Infiltrator. When you cast Detect Thoughts, you can expend 2 psionic energy die to modify the spell so that the spell doesn't require spell components or. Oh! Oh! Okay, this could be useful. Okay. Telepathic Hub. You have telepathy with a range of 10 feet. When you expend a psionic energy die as part of using telepathic connection to increase the range of your telepathy. For the duration of the effect, you can simultaneously contact a number of creatures equal to 1 plus number rolled on the energy die. Hmm. Okay. Empowered defense mode. While your defense mode is active, whenever you make a saving throw, you get to add 1d4 to the save. In addition, while your defense mode is active, you can extend this benefit to a creature's. Oh, this is neat. So yeah, this one you're going to be staying in your defense mode. See, like I said, as long as there's a subclass that makes it work, there you go. So this is cool. Okay. You get to give people bless as long as they're within. Because I mean, you roll the dice, um, it becomes larger. So yeah, this could be very cool. Okay. Potent Thoughts. You add a modifier to the damage due with any Scion cantrip. Okay, okay, fine. Telepathic Bolstering. You have telepathy out of 30 feet. When you or a creature you can see within range of telepathy fails an ability check or misses with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to spend 1 psionic energy die, roll the die, and add the number to the roll to the d20, potentially turning a failed check into a success or a miss. Psionic energy die is expended only if the check succeeds or the attack hits. Scramble Minds. You cast Confusion. You can spend 4 psionic energy dice to modify the spell so that the radius of the spell sphere becomes 30 feet. Oh, nice. In addition, the creatures under the effect of the spell roll 2d10s, and you choose which roll determines their behavior on their turns. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, the Morpher is terrible, but everything else pretty cool. Like I'm a big fan. The Psy Warper, I'm a big fan of. Psykinetic has some stuff that I can do. This is basically like the power like damage class. This is your crowd control, and this is your defensive. The telepath is defensive. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Right. So they've added the spells. Yeah, the spells which they've added in this game, in this UA. So yeah, let's start with this. The Intellect Fortress. Isn't that what it always did? Pretty sure it always did. Psychic Extreme. Yeah, this one just unleashes the power of your mind. It's a level 9 spell, so it makes sense. Gotta love that. Relative Psychic Lance. Target's name is the range. So the effect. The target must make an intelligence saving throw until 76, and their capacity pretty much the same. Astral Entity. This is new. After an hour, you call forth the spirit of a psionic entity. It manifests in an unoccupied space you can see within range and uses psionic spirit stat block. Cast a spell, choose crystal entity, ectoplasmic, or ghost entity. The creature resembles an astral entity of that kind, which determines certain details in the stat block. The creature disappears or drops your hit points. The creature is an ally to you and your allies. In a combat, the creature shares your initiative count but takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands. If you don't issue any, it takes a dodge action. Okay, cool. So no action to command it. So yeah, it's third level spell. So that is 14, 16 AC for crystal entity only. Okay. So it's just 40 flat and then plus 10 for everything above 11, but above 3, sorry. And it only gains a fly speed if it's the ghostly entity. Okay, immune to psychic, dark vision, passive perception, deep speech, telepathy. Deep speech, really? Okay. Incorporeal passage. Yeah, that's fine. It's just like it's just incorporeal. Multi attack. It makes a number of attacks equal to half its spell level rounded down. If you cast it at 3, it can attack once. Crystal Strike, for the crystal entity only. Melee attack roll. 5. It is. Use a spell attack modifier, right? 5-foot range. 1d10 plus 3 plus a spell's level in piercing damage. Okay. So if this is the case, it's 1d10 plus 6 if you cast it at 3rd level. That's not bad. Again, it's scalable as long as you cast at a higher level. Ectoplasmic Splash. Ranged attack roll bonus equals to your spell attack modifier. Range of 30 feet. 1d6 plus something like that. Psychic damage. Hit or miss the creature in a 5-foot emanation originating from and including the target has its speed reduced by 5. Oh. It gets slowed down regardless. Okay. Ephemeral Ray. Range attack roll. Attack out an event. 120 feet. 1d8 plus 3. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Excuse me. Shard Swarm. Spirit is hit by a melee roll. Response to the spirit halves the damage. Write it down. It takes from the attack. Spirit can then teleport to an unoccupied space. Huh. Okay. Telekinetic Crush. In a new spell. You create a field of crushing telekinetic force 30-foot cube within range. Each creature in the area makes a second saving throw on its fail save. They take 5d6 force damage and has a prone condition. Say it takes half damage and they are not prone. Okay. This is the new thing. Telekinetic Fling. Components, verbal material. It can be an arrow, bolt, bullet, needle, or anything. Or needle worth one copper point. You brandish ammunition, use the cast a spell, and fire at a creature within range using psionic energy. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage and the ammunition is destroyed. Oh. So am I going to buy arrows now? I just pull out an arrow and go, Fwah! Eat it. Of course, it scales as all cantrips do. That's not bad, actually. Because right now, the only force-based cantrip is Eldritch Blast. So this is nice. I like this. These features on the Wild Talent category. Right. What did I say about Wild Talents again? Right. So if whatever background we choose, we can replace those with a Wild Talent instead. Okay. So Atmokinesis. Once per turn, when you cast a spell, heal now with bludgeoning damage. You can change the damage type to lightning damage. Okay. And then the talent itself, I mean, you can assign a talent. You know, a Shocking Grist cantrip. You also have Fog Cloud spell always prepared. You can cast it once during a spell slot. You gain the ability to cast this way when you finish a long rest. Cast using any spell slots you have. Level when you cast these spells, they require no verbal or material or component intelligence, wisdom, modifier, charisma. You select the feat. Okay. Okay. When you reach a character level 3, you can always also have Gust of Wind spell prepared. Atmokinesis, right? Sorry, so Atmosphere. Biokinesis. Bend Life Energy. When a spell you cast restores hit points to a creature, you can roll a 1d4 and add the number rolled to the total hit points restored. You can use this benefit number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Your talent is Spare the Dying cantrip. You always have the Healing Word spell prepared. You can cast it once without a spell slot, and you gain the ability to cast this way when you long rest. Yep, you can cast using any spell slot for level. Yep. Cast spells required. Okay, that's fine. And when you hit level 3, you gain Arcane Vigor as a spell. Okay. Clairsentience. Okay. Minor Foreknowledge. When you take the search action, you can give yourself advantage on any ability check that's made part of that action. You can use the benefit to a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. Yep. The guidance cantrip, you always have evil and good, and then you can see invisibility as well. Okay, cryokinesis. Once per turn, when you cast a spell, you can change the cold damage. Ray of frost. You always have armor of Agathis, an ice knife. Guess you had what? Evil and good. That's it. So yeah, you have my armor of Agathis, valuable. Ice knife, decent spell. Fine. There's no level 3 feature for ends on that. Okay, empath. Emotional sense. When you take the influence action, you can use advantage on any ability check made part of the action. Okay. You always have charm person spell prepared. You can cast it once with a spell slot. Fine. And when you hit third, you gain calm emotions. Okay. Flesh morpher. When you make a dexterity acrobatic sleight of hand check, you gain a bonus equal to your intelligence modifier. Okay. Cool. Your talent is you have long strider always prepared, and you gain alter self as well. Okay. Mind whisperer. Magic action, you choose one creature you can see within 20 feet of yourself. You can form a telepathic connection with that creature for 1 hour. You and the chosen creature can communicate telepathically with each other while within 120 feet of each other. Understand each other, you each must mentally use a language the other knows. Once you use a benefit, you can use it to finish a short or long rest. Okay? Mind's of a cantrip, and you always have Discernment Whisper spell prepared. This is fun. That's fun. Side Trickster. Cunning Mind. When you make a Charisma Deception check, yeah, okay. Yep, you can add your Judge's modifier. Always a minor illusion. You also have Disguise Self. Fine. Psykineticist. Okay. Psy Boost. When you take the dash action, you can increase your speed by 10 feet. Okay. Telekinetic Fling. You also always have Thunder Wave spell prepared. Pyrokinesis. Firestarter. You can make it do fire damage. You don't produce flame. You can always have Burning Hands. And you gain Scorching Ray. Okay. The Psion. It's very derivative. It is a full caster. The Morpher is terrible. I don't know, man. Like the wild talents seem interesting. The spell list is just basically the bard spell list, or even the sorcerer spell list. So they fall in that category of spellcasters. So yeah, Metamorph, terrible. Everything else, decent. I like this a lot. Warper, I think, is my favorite. But yeah, so that is the Psion. Playtesting is now open for it. Try it in the game someday, see what it feels like. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all next time. So from me to you guys, till then, peace out.